Sit down with your banker and just ask him how things are going in real estate. And you can just sit there and listen, and he's going to inform you of what is actually happening and nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
It's that little information. The more you surround yourself with those people, the more you're more likely to make the right decisions.
This is something I think is really important. I ask everybody. These questions do change, but this one I like to ask almost every time. Daily habits, and it doesn't have to be every day, but let's call it 300 days a year. What's something you got to do?
A daily habit, I go to the gym early, first thing in the morning. It sets my mind right. I think about, I process my day. It makes me feel better. I get rid of the stress, and that's like setting me up for the rest of the day. And a prayer every morning.
That's awesome.
It is. That's a common answer. But
Yes.
It's funny how often you hear people give that answer. The successful people starting their day off with a good workout, getting their mind right, doing something that's hard.
Doing something that is hard is so important because the hard things will come throughout the day. But if you've already self-inflicted pain, you're already mentally ready for a next level of pain.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important you mentioned is you put a hard workout, and there's days where you don't want to get up like today.
Oh, so there's plenty of days.
God, like I
Plenty of
don't
days.
really. But here's the thing, you do that, and everything that's going to go wrong for the rest of the day, you're like, okay, it's not so bad after
Right.
all.
It could have been worse if you didn't work out.
Yep.
Let's put it that way. There is almost never a day I regret it. I just remember at my old job, I would work out in the morning and I would go, and we always had this 8 a.m. call, and it was just, it was so hard. It was all the negative things that happened overnight. Literally, that's all it was. It was a list of complaints.
What a great way to start
with
the day.
one person pointing fingers of why is this broke? Why isn't this fixed? This. And the mood of the room was just like, you could feel it, and there's just these stale donuts in the middle of the table. And I'd walk in jovial, still sweating, and just, drinking a protein shake, laughing, making jokes. And it's just, I stood out. I was that guy. So whatever. But you know what? It just didn't bother me. I was like, it's broke. That means there's an opportunity to fix it. Thanks for my job. Now I got a job. If it wasn't broke, then what am I doing here?
Right.
So, and I think it's just flipping that, and it allows you to like flip those decisions, just like, I don't know. So Chris.
Oh, yeah. So next question here then. If you were starting from scratch, was it 20 years ago was the 9 unit or 7 unit? Sorry. You were starting from scratch right now. What's the first thing you would do to put yourself in the best position to succeed?
I would surround myself with the people that know more than I do.
Amen.
Yep.
Your lawyer, your CPA, your accountant, that banking business relationship, that mentor. I think one of the things that we think sometimes is that we have to reinvent the wheel. And I don't think you have to reinvent the wheel as much. You got to figure out what calls you, right? And because at that point, we don't know any better, surround yourself with the subject matter experts. Eventually, it'll come to you. What is it that calls you? What is it that you want to do? And by the way, those sources, they have a ton of information for you. I mean, your CPA is going to educate you. What are the ways for you to save money? How do you do a tax deduction? How do you do this? Sit down with your banker and just ask him how things are going in real estate. And you can just sit there and listen, and he's going to inform you of what is actually happening and nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah.
It's that little information. The more you surround yourself with those people, the more you're more likely to make the right decisions.
And the banker might send you a deal. I know I've had that before. Just like, hey, go look at this, and ended up flipping it. And it's like, oh, there was 20 grand right there. Thanks. I'm glad I took you to lunch.
Absolutely.
We've received investors from CPAs,
Yeah.
attorneys, deals.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's a win-win situation, for sure.